Hello, and welcome to Squadrons Debate. Today, we're going to be talking about multi-drift. On the con side, we have the A-Wing main. Yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, I think from my A-Wing cockpit, I have the best perspective. And on the pro side, we have the pro player. Get good, noob. I've been playing since October. And you still haven't learned the game. I play the game the way it was intended to be played. Oh. Well, I guess you were meant to lose. I'm not just a loser who exploits. Gentlemen, let's keep it civil. Multi-drift is an exploit. Multi-drift is an exploit, sure, but everyone can do it. Can't do it on console. Who cares about console players? It's half the player base, and all of them are leaving because they're getting stomped. Of course the new players are getting stomped. They're on console and they can't even use advanced power management. I use advanced power on console. That's a decision. I'll say it. Field skipping, way bigger deal than multi-drift. If multi-drift isn't a big deal, why don't you stop using it? Yeah, you're right. Supports have to use it. Oh, so you can keep your 0.0000000000001 average deaths? You're just mad that you die 4 times a game and your KD sucks. My KD is amazing in dogfights. It's because everyone sucks in dogfights. Gentlemen, this is not a discussion about KD, but they're playing the game right. They aren't pinballing all over the place. Pinballing is not multi-drift. I'm actually a fan of playing in VR. Why, thank you, console player. I know multi-drift when I see it. Nathan was multi-drifting all around out of phasing my light cruiser the other day. Oh yeah, you're so sure. Nathan is a console player and he doesn't multi-drift. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to solve anything today. Perhaps we all need to better understand multi-drifting. Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's the first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me here today, talking about the multi-drift, and I do think there is a misunderstanding a lot of times when you see people talking about the difference between, simple pinballing and the multi-drift. And I also think there's a lot of misunderstanding because people haven't really shown what it is and how to do it. So those are really the two things that I am after doing in this video, and maybe that'll help clear up some things. I don't really have an answer to the multi-drift debate with the exploit or what, but this is the state of the game, so I always want to put all the information I have out there. Now, my personal, feelings about it, I don't multi-drift. I play on controller, and I just, for whatever reason, I have never had it set up. I probably would. If I had taken the time to set it up, I probably should have taken the time to set it up, but it's not something that I do. It's just not something I haven't set up. So, for me, anyways, I don't do it, so I'm going to be showing on mouse and keyboard, which is, sometimes I've messed around with playing HOTAS as well. I've never actually committed to doing it, so I haven't actually switched over. It is possible to set up on controller from what I understand. Yeah, maybe someone else in the comments here or something wants to share that. I think it's using Steam Game Picture. I'm on the Elite 2 controller, which has some issues doing that. Anyway, we're going to show it a few different ways to try to close the knowledge gap a little bit more so people can understand and see it, and understand the power of it. We'll probably also do something like this for shield skipping in the next little bit too, to kind of break that down. But right now, I'm gonna go over the multi-drift, have Donk show it as well, someone I play with, and then also show a brother who uses one button to do the multi-drift as well, and one single boost drift button to do it, rather than having a boost and a drift separately mapped. So it is possible, and it has its drawbacks. So we're gonna get into that down the road in this video here, and we're gonna get into the first part now. The U-Wing right now, and we're just flying around with control. We're not really showing anything special, just see, we're kind of right by the needle here in the middle, and you're coming right at this needle, and you boost and dead drift, You're coming straight right beside it, right? That's your line. I mean, straight there, you're going straight beside it. Whatever you do, that's your trajectory. Your vector is just going that way. So now we're going to show mouse and keyboard, which I am not as good at here. I'm going to mess this up for sure. But the difference is that I can just show the multi-drift on it here. Boosting and dead drifting. We're going towards it, but we're going to multi-drift, and you see, now we're not going towards it. Wow, how about that? That's the multi-drift. Makes sense? I think that's what people kind of maybe don't understand about what exactly the multi-drift does. They say it changes your vector, and I just don't think that necessarily makes sense to people for exactly what's going on. So again, you can see with my hand exactly all that it takes to do it. We showed before, you're drifting this way, you're going straight for this thing, then you multi-drift, and look, you can, oh, well, bad example, but here we go, and now we're going to multi-drift. You see my change? You just see that, that's basically it there, 1, 2. You're not gonna go straight at the thing anymore. Oh, bad example. Straight at it, and now we're gonna multi-drift. See, we're going around it. That's power of the multi-drift. Being able to change what I would more describe as your flight path. I think that's really what you're doing. You're changing the path that you would be going on, because if you were drifting and you would just be going straight, you'd be going in one direction, but because of the multi-drift, it changes the path that you take differently. So that's my breakdown on it there. Hey, just in case that isn't quite understood, I'm also going to have Gonk do a little breakdown with me too, because he's the one who sort of explained it and showed it to me, so I'm going to include that next here.
Regular drift should end up somewhere near the antenna, no matter where I look, right? One trajectory the entire time. Alright, so the same thing, I'm going to start looking at the antenna, but I'm actually going to turn over there using multi-drift. So, boost, drift, multi-drift. Now I'm going to end up somewhere near the dish. So you see that it changed my trajectory. Boost, drift. Now, multi-drift. So, boost, drift, multi-drift, multi-drift. Can make it really tight turns like it. Let's say I just turned around the fucking antenna while drifting, right? Boost, drift, multi-drift, multi-drift, multi-drift. 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 There you go.
And like I said earlier in the video, I did want to have a brother break down exactly how he's doing the multi-drifting with one button. So we're going to show it the same way we did with the other ones, showing his view, and then we're going to show some of his evasion here at the end as well.
Alright, some normal drifts.
Exactly. Now go back and do the same thing, but as you're drifting towards the needle, start to multi-drift so you change that trajectory. You don't end up on the left side of the needle, you end up on the right. Let's see, you're drifting. To show that with one button. Right there, yeah. And it's those like triple taps, right? That's when you're doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it, perfect. All right, here we go. We can see brother, he's doing these tight loops around the needle, and you can see like basically a boost drift, and it's happening pretty quickly and around. So he does kind of use up some of his boost, as he's explained when he's doing this, but it still has the effect that you would see normally when someone is, you know, multi-drifting. It seems very similar to what we saw with Gonk. It's not that, you know, much different at all. He's just maybe using slightly more, because the way that he does it is to do that tap function, so he's actually canceling the boost registration. This is what Destracier and I believe Chesser and them described earlier in what they called retro drifting. They were doing this boost cancel and then registering the drift in front of it. They were just doing it so quickly it canceled it out. Now, this is old info and can be done on console even. It's just very tough to make effective. So, yes, you can multi-drift. In a console, you would probably want to remap it to, you know, a button that you can get very quick inputs with, like the face button, AB's X1, you know, those ones, or the D-pad down would be another one. And you just don't really have the spots to remap, dude. And you know, we've all kind of decided trigger or bumper is better for it. You can try it on the bumper. I did a little bit. I couldn't get it to register. So, yes, it is possible. I think outside the HOTAS, it's not very effective. So if you're a HOTAS console player, I would definitely suggest trying to do something similar to what Brother's doing at that triple tap, the way he does it. Otherwise, on the console, very tough. PC, you can do it. I don't have an answer for the debate itself, but I do just want to put that knowledge out there, and I think that's pretty much what I've done here today, and I leave it to everyone else to decide what to do or how to play. But of course, I did raise the point about Nathan, a PlayStation player who has an under 1 KD, flies Defender and X-Wing, and is as effective as just about anyone in the comp scene at those roles. So it's tough to say that it's just multi-drift. It's mastering, I think, the pinballing. So there's more to it than just, I think, the multi-drift being an exploit. It's a tough thing. I don't have an answer for it. But I do appreciate everyone checking out this video. Hopefully we can have, you know, civil discussions about it. And I wasn't too harsh in my intro part. So thank you, everyone, for checking this out. I'm Time Bomb. You guys are awesome. And I will catch you later.